So we have some insane new Love and Deepspace drama. That is right. Here is a post from the official Love and Deepspace account. Evidence collection has been completed. Infringements and insults, whether to the game, characters, or the players, will never be tolerated or accepted. We solemnly declare the following. We will pursue the matter to the end and see you in court. Whoa, this is huge. Okay, so why on earth are the Love and Deepspace developers taking someone to court? Well, I'll be going through that today and explaining everything to you. So, the post here is on r/gacha gaming, as we know. Probably not the best Reddit out there, but it's still kind of good to find new bits of information here and there. So here's what happened. On August 21st, the singer 9-1, that is her right here. So the singer 9-1 basically attended an Otome game event for Light and Night. And she got a bunch of merch and lots of other stuff, took lots of pictures, talked about the Otome games that she plays, and one of them was Love and Deepspace. But in the Love and Deepspace video description, she implied that she was like, or the official couple of like one of the guys, and that's a thing that's frowned upon within the community. Saying that someone like is your husband, like in a public setting or whatever, is considered to be like kind of insensitive or not okay, or it's like a taboo, right? It's not a taboo because there are lots of people who really like these characters. You know, it could be a touchy subject. And so that kind of escalated. People got annoyed about that, and there was backlash. And then 9-1's friends and fellow singers decided to, you know, support her and say that, you know, like kind of mock the players of the game, essentially saying, "Oh, you only like these fictional men because they're the only men who'll ever be interested in you. You know, these men aren't the only people that you can attract, are ones that aren't even real." You know, which is kind of really mean. It's very sensitive, very mean to just people who just enjoy the game, right? But then it gets even worse. A couple days later, a rapper called Pact, again, I don't know how to say these names properly, but this is the dude. He uploaded a diss track about Love and Deepspace. Yep, he uploaded a diss track. Okay, I'm gonna mute it just in case this gets copyrighted. But he basically made a whole diss track about Love and Deepspace. But mainly, it's about how, you know, people underage will play these games, and it's poisoning the youth, so to speak. And it's bad, and people obsess over it, and it ruins their lives, basically. So it's not really about the people, it's more about corrupting the youth kind of thing, because of all the male fan service that happens. And, you know, developers should do something about that, essentially. Obviously, this is in Chinese. I can't read that. So what I did do, I got my phone and I used the translate feature, like the video translate feature. So I will include short clips here somewhere on the screen of what it looks like translated in English, if you'd like to read it, because of course I can't speak this language, so I'm not even going to try. So you can kind of see kind of the topics they were referencing, but obviously it's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. But in saying that, on the same day, multiple hours later, that's when the Love and Deepspace account actually posted a lawyer's letter accusing the rapper of rights of infringement and libel, demanding him to delete the infringing content and publicly apologize. I think this might have been for using the video in the diss track more than anything, because they don't have permission to make content like that and monetize or whatever it might be, so with that sort of like copyright stuff. So that's probably why it was done. They re-uploaded it, replacing the gameplay footage, but that was also deleted. Some people in the music scene defended Pact's action and agreeing that Otome games are corrupting the youth, while others disagree as such games have age ratings and are meant for adults. So currently, CN Otome players are having heated online fights with those music celebrities and their defenders. So the whole thing is blowing up, okay? In the CN community, this whole thing is going crazy. And I have some strong opinions about this, okay? So first of all, I believe the age rating for Love and Deepspace is 18 plus in CN, right? It's 13 or 12 here in Europe and in America, which I think should be raised to at least 16 personally. I don't think it's 18 plus because there isn't anything explicit being shown. But, you know, 16 sounds like a good standpoint, so I kind of agree with that. It's definitely not a 12 plus game. But the game is 18 plus in the CN community. So it's not made for children, and it's not the game's fault that children will then, or minors will then play the game. Obviously, it's your duty as a parent to, you know, be a parent and monitor what your children are doing. And if they're playing such a games that you think are unsuitable or comfortable, it is then your responsibility to kind of censor what your child is doing, okay? That is not the fault of the game or the age rating or the platform that the game is on. To me, that's the fault of the parents, right? So you shouldn't punish a whole community of people for enjoying something just because a minor might be able to have access to it in the first place. Second of all, let's just kind of talk about the hypocrisy behind this whole thing. Fan service has existed for a very, very long time, both in anime, in games, hell, even in like music videos, any form of visual media, you always have fan service in some form within those communities. Heck, take anime for example. Just how many times have there been fan service designed for the male gaze, right? You see these big busty booba women with their boobas flopping around everywhere, coming out of their clothes, awooga huge eyeballs, you know what I mean? Like, that happens all the time. There are so many hentai games made for the male games that have existed for so long. There are so many games like this for the opposite gender, right? And suddenly, when there is one game, one game that's come out that's very popular, and it has these hot dudes, suddenly we're corrupting the youth and this is bad, the people who like it are awful. Why is it that this is getting scrutinized and not all this other crap, you know, with fan service? Why is this thing getting scrutinized, but they're not talking about the other side of it? They're just specifically targeting fan service towards women. I'll be real, it kind of sparks a little bit of, you know, it is hypocritical. It is very hypocritical, and I don't think there is anything wrong with enjoying the content in the game. You know, we talk about being parasocial, and do I think there are people and women who play this game who might spend too much time in the game? Sure, if you're spending so much time in Love and Deepspace and you're neglecting real life duties, you're neglecting real life responsibilities, and you're affecting your real life to like maybe find real human connection and relationship, then yes, that is a problem. I think we can all agree with that. If it affects your real life, it is considered a problem. Like any addiction, right? If you do something too much that affects your ability to function normally, you should probably seek help for it. I think we're all very aware of that. But people just casually like enjoying a game and getting parasocially connected to some of these characters isn't inherently a bad thing at all, right? People have comfort characters, people have characters they like the designs of, people are drawn to certain things. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. And why is it someone else's business if it is? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is it someone else's why should someone else police what someone else likes and doesn't like? We all have favorite characters for things. And heck, we might find those characters hot. So what? Does that matter? When has this mattered? It's kind of crazy. So I just kind of wanted to make this video just to kind of show what's happening in the CN community, because it is crazy. It is just nuts, and quite frankly, it's just stupid. So don't worry, your favorites are safe, it's fine. Don't go and harass people. That's one thing I will say. Don't go and find these musicians and then harass them and say, but don't do that. You know, just kind of put your thoughts out into the ether and kind of let it be. But also support the devs, you know, support the devs, and that's really it. I've been enjoying Love and Deepspace. I will continue to be making Love and Deepspace content. My Xavier X will be coming out in the next couple days. That's all. So I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I go live almost every single day at 7 PM UK time on Twitch. So do go follow. And thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon. See you in the next one.